Welcome one and all to the Loud Guy with a Microphone podcast, and today we'll be discussing the group Moms for Liberty. Are they just patriotic individuals who want the government to leave them alone, or are they wolves in mother's clothing? My guest today is Mr. Vinny Zachary. Vinny, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Caleb.
So Vinny, what do you think about the group Moms for Liberty?
Well, Caleb, I think the liberty in their name is a total misnomer. Because what is liberty? It's freedom, right?
Yeah.
And Moms for Liberty, they don't want freedom. They want censorship of topics that they disagree with.
Yeah, I would agree. Now I'm going to read straight for the horse's mouth on why they don't like these books. So this book, Ghost Boys, is a book about racism, is flagged for inflammatory racial commentary. And then this book, I for Immigrants, it has controversial social commentary and promotes the activism of young children. I find it shocking that for a group that seems to center itself around liberty to try and take books out of libraries just because they're being LGBT characters or viewpoints they don't agree with. Furthermore, I find it shocking how this group has consistently gone to schools where none of their kids are enrolled and complained about books in the libraries. For a group so opposed to the federal government coming out from out of town and telling their kids what to learn, that sure seems hypocritical.
That's a really good point, Caleb.
Yeah, so on their list, Moms for Liberty has, as I've said before, a book about racism flagged for inflammatory racial content. That's right, a book about racism has inflammatory racial content. And the rating system that Moms for Liberty uses seems to be completely unique to the group and is on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being appropriate for all ages and 5 being, as the group defines it, might be arrested for reading at school board meetings. In fact, the rating systems for books aren't really a thing. They're only really a thing for children's books. And even then, they're for the reading level.
I see that the Bible is on there, and what's that scored on there?
It's rated as a 1, even though the person has it reported for sexual content, lots of violence. And as a Catholic myself, I think that it's a fair rebuttal. Because if you're going to ban a book for having inappropriate content, you have to apply that standard to all books, and just not the ones you like and don't like. I wonder why a book like The Outsiders, where a kid gets stabbed and contains all the criteria to be inappropriate, according to Moms for Liberty, but a book about black people is inappropriate, I'll leave you to make up your own mind. And now moving on from that, I'd like to talk about the book 1984 and Moms for Liberty. And the 3 themes I see in both things. In 1984, the language is so dumbed down, so diluted, that the people couldn't think for themselves. And also, Big Brother is very good at manipulating the language to make things seem like something else. For example, the Ministry of Peace is the military. The Ministry of Love is the secret police. Now on to how that applies to Moms for Liberty. The whole point of 1984 is that the language is so dulled and manipulated that nothing has meaning anymore. So now we come to Moms for Liberty and how they manipulate the language. First, I'd like to talk about the moms part. Society has a huge respect for mothers, and rightfully so. Because they work hard. The second way they manipulate is the liberty in their name, because liberty is freedom. They don't want freedom. They want not only their kids, but everybody else's kids to walk into the classroom and learn that America's never done anything wrong and that only straight people exist. So how is that any different from children learning that war is peace, ignorance is strength, and freedom is slavery? I want to end here with a quote from 1984. Don't you see that the whole aim of Newspeak is to narrow the range of thought? In the end, we shall make thought crime literally impossible, because there will be no words to express it.
That's such a good point, Caleb.
I'd like to thank Mr. Vinny Zachary for coming on. Vinny, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Caleb.